Well, hello everybody. If I'm not mistaken, this is a this is free enterprise, and I think we've got a Zemus Zone tournament going on. Is that correct?
Yeah, we've got some Zima Zone 4. It's the fourth season for Zima Zone. Tonight we have John Brickhead and Castro. I know Castro has been around the community for a while, participated in the Lolly Ho, had a tough break, but made it to brackets this time around. John Brickhead is a newcomer to my knowledge for the community, so this could be a really good race between these two runners.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one, and we've got some we got some objectives. Um, of course, we've got our standard defeat Wyvern and completing Cave Bahamut and you know forging. Um, it says Legend Sword, but well, actually, uh, that's not entirely guaranteed.
So
And
we only have
then
to complete. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and then our variable ones got rolled to defeat Kenatsu, which that one could be quite a thing, depending on where it winds up. And then unlock the sealed cave, which fairly simple, but you gotta find the key, and that could be somewhere mean.
Yeah, that Luca key could be behind, like a Demus at CPU and a Nazo sit in the element spot. Just a nightmare of a fight there with so much health in his waves. But as we start off here, we have the starting Cecil, and
Oh,
looks like it's the power couple
it is date night here. Um,
with a hook. Character checks, please.
so yeah, that's a start.
Yeah, I mean, do you think our runners are going to go straight grab that hook and check that hook out character? There's only one gated character in this. You've only got a chance for an edge. There is no foo in this flag set unless he's the starting character. Do you go and check for that possible edge early on?
Um, well, it's pretty good because you find that character. There's uh, treasure chests on the way. Uh, Gated shop, but not gonna be able to afford anything at this point, obviously. Um,
Gated loot looks like we got some divergence from our runners already. John Brickhead heading straight to DMCN. You got Castro doing my personal favor, going to the Evelyn Castle. Evelyn Castle has a lot of higher tier loot because you have the 3 trap chests there. It's already found one. You've got John Brickhead at DMCN, hoping maybe to find a black sword or some J items for the early game.
John already finding a curse ring. Curse ring. eh, it's important for this flag set because of the Sea Hero, which I guess is technically vanilla agility.
Yeah,
In this one.
but
Um,
looks like on
but
Castro's side, Castro found a heroine robe.
ooh, that's gonna be nice. Nice murder Rosa there.
Early Rosa with the heroine robe. That's your early damage for a little bit until you get that Cecil and turned into a paladin. That'll get you up ordeals with all that extra stats that it has.
Yeah. Plus, we've got John heading directly for the Eblin Cave, so extra
Yeah.
character.
Yep, got some gated loot in there, lots of chests, one trap chest. So you kind of hope as a runner to find that one trap chest early on, so you can loot the rest of the cave.
Yeah, because once you know where it's at, you can just reset and then get everything but that one.
I want to say it's like 23 chests here in the Eblin cave. So I mean, the odds of you actually finding it are
I,
slim to none, but
yeah,
you
but
always tend to hit it.
this is free enterprise, so it's like a 50-50 shot.
Yep. There's like option to not loot any besides those first 3. Probably gonna check the character, hit the save point, and then from the save point start looting backwards.
We'll get a peek at. Oh, there's a sparkle in the second boss of the hook route.
Yeah,
It could be that wyvern.
yeah, 1 in 7 chance. We have not found the magma key yet, so that sparkle could be the wyvern, as wyvern's one of the bosses that cannot be the gating factor to your underground. So if we find a magma key, that brings that sparkle to be a higher chance to be a wyvern.
Yeah. And John has just picked up a third wheel on this date.
Yeah. Team Vanilla Team. I mean, we're 3 out of 5 for vanilla, so we just need to find the Rydia and Edge, and we've got a completely vanilla team. Oh, John
Well,
just found the trap chest, and the last chest available can now freely loot wherever he chooses here in Evelyn. Deciding to go back and grab some extra money. Early game money is kind of hard to come by. In these gated shops here, you can find some decent loot for your characters. Looks like Castro's decided to also do Watery Pass, another area that has some decently higher loot because it's out of the way. So
there's a dancing dagger that John finds. So, if we do find that Rydia towards the vanilla party, that's something to start her off with. Or if we get an Edward.
Yeah, I mean, even when we turn Cecil into a paladin, he can still use that dancing dagger if we don't find an actual good weapon for him. John's also found a sword probe and a mute knife, so if we find a Rydia or even like a Palom, they're online with that stat boosting gear.
Elven bow for Rydia, or not Rydia, Rosa. Although it could be for Rydia.
Yeah, the wisdom on there is not bad, but just having a high accuracy bow early on.
I think there's
really
been a
nice.
couple of slumber swords too. So
yeah, unfortunately, slumber sword is really just only great darts, but also sell for a lot.
It's not great, but it's something if there's nothing better.
Right. Castro finding a free siren in the back of Watery Pass.
Elixirs and Levias for sale. So elixirs are nice, but expensive and kind of hard to justify the price sometimes. And unless we get stuck with a Rydia, not coming back for that Levia.
Yeah, that's something new for this tournament with the new updates. That Leviathan is now a tier 5, so it can be in any gated item shop. So it's a lot easier to find it than it once was in the new update.
Yeah, and I mean, if you get an early Rydia, having an early Leviathan summon is pretty good once she's got a few levels and can actually summon it.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing, is that it does cost 50 MP to cast, so oof. Welcome everybody from Randomania. Currently here right now we have John Birckhead versus Castro. Both runners have traveled over each other's steps. We're just finding out some new information that we have a Sparkle and a Sid on Hobbs here.
Birckhead did find an Ogre Axe.
And we have found Arcainazo. Arcainazo's taking a bath.
And there's one less Sparkle on the path to finding Wyvern, so it's down to a 1 in 6, and we know where one of those Sparkles is at the end of the hook route.
Yep. Though the one thing is since we did find the Arcainazo there, it's at the waterfall. That is a very, very fast spot. I think it rivals the Ashura spot for its speed, so might want to come back later on with some levels to be able to take that on out.
And John and Castro about to be two ships passing in the night.
Yep, one leaves the fight as the other one enters in.
Lightsaber.
Well, you know, how soon can we get up ordeals? Because Cecil with the light sword, I want that.
Yeah, I think that's I think it's time to fade a lot of things and just go over there. But oh, speaking of fading, Birckhead not fading Antlion.
No, not fading that line. I mean, early game fights, it's a little harder even for me to fade something like Antlion with it being right there.
Yeah,
If you fade it, you tend to forget about it.
yeah, I generally go myself to Antlion pretty early. But I mean, you've got a party of 4, a pretty decent party, and a Cecil waiting to use a lightsaber. It'd be real tempting to just skip ahead to ordeals.
Yeah, like going up ordeals and then coming back and doing those extra bosses to get that Paladin Cecil experience, because as soon as you hit up ordeal, Cecil's now level 1.
We got a
And getting
purple
them up
row,
levels.
and it's Mylon Z or Mylon Z, as the neighbors to the north would say.
Yeah, something great that we can use the bow and arrows we found, or even the spears. Not a problem for John as he takes it right on out. We'll see what key item we get here.
Oh,
Half of our forge objective. Does our restreamer have somewhere to be tonight? Because we've already found half of one objective. Found one objective. Like, we only need to complete, what, 4 of the 5?
yeah. Yeah. You know, Castro knows where to find Kenatsu.
Yep. But will John Brickhead remember to check boss spots like Mist Cave and Waterfall? I think we've all been there. We've all forgotten about those spots if we don't check them early on.
Yeah. Oh, Birckhead. He forgot to save. It was just like
Oh,
he does the Grandpa Simpson walking into Fabul and then turning around and walking right back out.
yeah, I mean, there's still some bosses in the pool where it's like, if it's at Fabul, like, you may have, like, Val. You may have a cane, but Val's still nasty here.
Yeah, Kenatsu is hanging out in the waterfall, which it's a place that makes sense for him to be. Lots of water to gather.
Oh, yeah, tons of it. But who is assaulting Fabul tonight?
Ah,
Maga Sisters.
Maga Sisters, one of the bosses I personally hate the most.
Yeah? Though John opting not to equip the mute knife that he has on Kane, or may already have it equipped, these Maga Sisters do not like mage mashing gear.
Yeah, makes sense, I guess. But yeah, in this spot with this party, Maga Sister's not going to be much of a threat.
Not unless Sandy gets the charm off and Sid decides to go whacking people with his ogre axe.
Yeah, that, well... Kane
Well,
held up
luckily
that
enough,
well.
Sid's super slow, so...
Yeah.
John getting through the Maga Sisters. And again, one enters the fight, the other one leaves the fight.
Yeah. And Castro is at a slight disadvantage on these fights because he did not go to Cave Eblin with that starter hook and did not pick up Kane.
Nope, because one of the funniest things that happened with the sisters, Mindy casts Flame on Cindy, and Cindy does not have the veil up yet.
Such a fun interruption of the script.
Yep, as the sisters are just taking themselves out. I think Rosa might have the mute arrows on. Definitely has a heroin robe. Aiming a hit for 1400.
Sid's just
Right.
like getting easily charmed by these Magus sisters.
I mean, no. We got a package. Do we do another character check? Or do we fade package? Like one of my personal favorite things is to have demisted package. Just because nobody ever checks it.
There could also be a Wyvern at package.
Yep. But we got John Birckhead going up ordeals here.
Oh, sparkle, sparkle.
Oh. Okay, so we've seen another sparkle. Just some D-Lunars here.
Yeah. Just some skeletons. Which is...
Nope. I mean, it's an easy fight to get through, and Rosa here for Brick is going fairly well. I think John has the Sork robe on Rosa right now, so getting some extra stats for casting those Cure 2s.
Yeah, Castro picking up a bunch of mute arrows.
Oh, also selling a bunch to be able to afford, I think, maybe a Poison Axe or Dwarf Axe.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like just doing some inventory management.
Ooh, Cure 3s. Those are always...
I would definitely buy some Cure 3s here.
Speaking of Cure 3s, Birckhead's just throwing them at the D-Lunars.
Yep, using Curatives as a weapon.
Which is almost vanilla.
Yeah. You don't have access to Cure 3s in vanilla, you only have Cure 2s, but
yeah.
Still nonetheless.
Well, I guess it's more Mylon Z that you would use them on and not...
Yeah, but Mylon Z and... Yeah, and we've got a an Octomom here. That's back attack.
Yeah. Already a very fast boss, and getting attacks in the queue to start with because of the back attack.
Yeah, but once you get the 3 first hits off it, he slows down fairly quickly. And it's just a matter of the back attack queue just taking the most time from you.
Castro threw that Dwarf Axe onto Sid before putting the Ogre Axe on for that back row.
Yep, definitely want to be able to back row your characters, do full damage and take half damage. Meanwhile, for John Birckhead, getting through the Octomom, now comes the Crystal Room, which Cecil will take on himself with the Sea Hero flag.
Survived the Octomom. Now you enter the Octagon.
Now we had a vanilla start. Will we have a completely vanilla Crystal Room? That's what I want to know.
And Birckhead actually unequipped Rosa's bow, probably to equip on Paladin Cecil in the fight, which is a really pretty good heads-up move there.
Oh yeah, definitely a heads-up play there to be able to have the Elven bow in this fight. Not only do you back roam at the same time, but also has great accuracy on it. Gets the rat tail. They're gonna have to move
So
that
that's
hovercraft.
yep, but it's another free item
Yeah.
check.
And
Oh,
with a free boss
speaking of
fight.
free, you don't even.
No, you don't need to, but in the particular situation, I think actually attacking these two goes faster than having them cast their fires.
Yeah, they have so little HP here. It's already like a 800 HP spot, and then it gets
Uh,
like divided up.
1200, I think.
1200. Okay, I
Yeah.
think 800 is. I think I'm thinking of Super Cannon.
Yeah, Super Cannon has 800. This one's got 12. John Birckhead through the King Queen Evelyn, has his Paladin Cecil, and is ready to take on the world. Meanwhile, as Castro's taking on the Octomom, let's go ahead and give a quick shout out on to the Restream team here. We have Awaken Smoke as our tracker, and Psychonaut as our restreamer, and I'm on comms here with Dijon Ketchup. Be sure to follow these runners as well, both Castro and John Birckhead, as well as the Restream team. So Dijon, if you're in John's footsteps, you go. I'm guessing you probably go and check that rat tail. Do you do Baron in and then go down the hook route, or do you check that package?
So what I'm thinking is, for one, check those bosses that don't have any key items or anything in Mist Cave and Waterfall. Um, check Baron in, and then if there's no Magma Key, I save Rat Tail for last, because you can go over to where you've got the hovercraft, plop down a save, and if the Rat Tail turns out to be not that great, you just reset and you're right back there at Cave Evelyn. That's
So
my thought.
Yeah, then that's a very well thought out route here. You know, Birckhead equipped an Obsessal with the Legend Sword, has the Light Sword in the inventory. Picked it up from Hobbs, but opted to equip the Legend Sword.
Yeah, possibly. Sometimes you go through inventory, you're going fast because it's a race. You overlook something that you forgot that you picked up.
Yeah.
Um, does sell off a lot to buy a bunch of cures, and notice he did hover over the lightsaber in his inventory when he was selling things, so maybe he'll. Yeah.
Maybe he'll re-equip it, but for everybody out there, the Light Sword has higher attack than the Legend Sword. It has all the same stats, so it has the Holy stat equipped to it. It just has higher attack power.
Then making short work of Ashura here.
Mage mashing gear into
Is this
vanilla
even?
to vanilla karate. Yep. Just have to wait for that second kick to be queued, and we'll get the ouch.
Which doesn't matter what sword you have equipped.
Nope, you could have like the assassin dagger equipped. Second kick came out, and we get the ouch.
Yep. Poor Rosa did survive though, but
Nope.
doesn't matter because there's no XP on that fight.
Yeah, no experience in that particular fight unless it's the Alt Gauntlet. And gets a siren for the troubles.
Not a key item, but a pretty good pickup in this flag set, considering you can't buy them.
Yeah, so
And
you can't buy sirens. If you get one for free, like, that's free experience right there.
it's free real estate.
Yeah.
And we got a dupe Kane, so Birckhead not getting another character. Castro, on the other hand, he didn't get that Kane in the underground, so if he makes it through, he will keep that Kane,
Yep.
and then might kick himself if he has to go underground.
I mean, my,
That's not
that's a
where you want to
fight that
see
you want to
Water
see.
Hag.
No.
That's a free fight in a free spot that you don't even have to do.
Looks like John was about to go into the airship, decided to reset to be able to check the package, and
Well,
finds
that's
a
a
dupe Sid.
yeah. So hopefully for um, hopefully for his sake, there's no Wyvern there, but you know, don't need the Wyvern to get
Nope.
the crystal. So you only
That
need
could be the
4.
one objective you don't do. But does find the Knazo here, so
I always think that Kinaza's overworld sprite looks a lot like a Bronzor from Pokemon.
I never thought of that. But luckily, it is a low HP spot, so these waves are not going to be hitting for too hard.
Yeah. And Castro gets his Siren and his Cane.
Yep. Probably will be doing just the same as John here. He knows that Knazo's there, has not gone into the hook route yet, so he'll be able to turn in the Rat Tail before going down the hook route. So, Dijon, what are you hoping to kind of really, I don't know, give a hard time to these runners? What fight where are you kind of hoping that's kind of required that may give these runners a bit of a trouble?
I mean, given what we've got to work with, we've already gotten through Kinatsu. I'm kind of hoping, well, there's always the classic Alt Gauntlet at Ogopogo, um, holding the key, the Luca key, or maybe Wyvern there holding the Luca key, making it hard required. Or just like a really nasty move from Wyvern, because that Mega Nuke being shuffled for something else.
Yeah, a lot of the dangerous ones have been taken out. So like the Meteo, the Big Bang, all of those have been removed from Wyvern's script. I'm deciding to be a little more creative. Let's have the maximum amount of key items that the runners can get is like what, 7, maybe 8, even with checking all the moon spots. Have every other key item gated behind a long chain with Demist at the CPU spot and the elements. Why not have it be the gauntlet? Just so you're not getting any of the double experience from any of the locations.
Yeah, it's always kind of funny to see the long chains that just end in disappointment.
Just getting just a grimoire from the rat tail turn in. So as far as we know, hook routes are way underground. And with what we've seen from the sparkles, it's either going to be an Ogopogo or a Plague. Those are the two available options. Now, it could be the Wyvern sitting down there, and that would put Demist at either the package or Zot 1.
Because Wyvern, along with Golbez, and I can
Valvalis.
Valvalis. I can picture her, but I could not think of the name.
Yep. And then if no free bosses is on, DKC gets added to that pool as well.
But those 3 bosses cannot gate the only way underground. So if that Sparkle is Wyvern, that means Magma Key can only be hiding behind Rydia's mom with D-Mist at package.
D-Mist can be a package, or, as I said, the Zot 1 check, because you don't need the Earth Crystal to go to the Mega Sister spot.
That's also true. That's another one of those checks that no one ever does. And
yeah, that's one of the trolley spots.
Sometimes it can really bite you because it's like you're getting walled by, not even one of the 3 forbidden.
You haven't found a hook or a magma key yet, and you've got like, where are my last checks? I have nowhere else to check. Oh wait, I can go check Zot 1 and there's D-Mist.
Yeah, or even if you're doing hook route and so that ogre chest, that was a crystal sword.
Well, I don't think John Birckhead's gonna have any issue on this hook route at all. Crystal sword, go burr.
Yeah, and also means probably gonna find a different agility solution than throwing the curse ring on Cecil.
I mean, here's the thing: when you find the crystal sword, it gives 15 to, as I think, willpower, strength. I don't think it gives 15 to agility. So I mean, you're getting already the plus 15 strength. Strength, vitality, and willpower is what it gives you. So you're getting the plus 15 there. The curse string takes away 15. So right there, you're equaling out, but you're losing agility. It's a win-win.
Where's the fun in a crystal sword if you just break even?
You're breaking even on the attack multipliers, but you're slowing down everything else and speeding up your team.
All right. Oh, there's our CPU.
Orb. Don't really need to worry about how much attack this has, as it always does the same amount of damage.
Yay, numbers.
Yeah, 10% of your max HP every time. At least it's predictable.
10% of the time, it works every time.
Yep. Not sure. I missed whether or not Castro got through the Staleman chest or not. I know he did find it. Was going back and looting all of Eblin Cave right now. Meanwhile, we sit in anticipation for what that sparkle is. I'm hoping for the Ogopogo.
Yeah, Ogopogo is pretty nasty.
Yeah. Plague's free. Ogopogo. That's the nasty one.
Yeah, but this party Plague is free. Plague is not always free in any spot.
Yeah, I'll give it. He's not exactly free depending on your party, but at least you don't have to worry about damage rolls from him at all. He just decides to give you a count of 10 before you fall over.
That swag Rosa berserking Cecil just for the last orb.
I mean, you want to make sure you kill it in one hit. Why not? Goes back to do a safety save.
Yeah, definitely the smart play when you don't know what that's gonna be.
Looks like Castro may have actually found a power shirt possibly in that Staleman chest. That's another 15 strength.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Which at
have a
that
very
point,
powerful party.
that's Plague.
Aw. Sad
But
bard noises.
But that does mean that our Wyvern and Ogopogo are going to be in most likely more threatening spots.
Yeah, very true. Or completely hidden. I'm kind of hoping for a hidden wyvern.
Or the game will just take pity on the runners and put Wyvern at Super Cannon.
Oh, with retreat.
The first time I saw a Wyvern retreat just was like, oh, didn't know he could do that. That's hilarious.
Looks like John Brick's zerking up Canyon right now, hoping to start buffering that Q. Meanwhile, Castro's taking on the Mad Ogre chest. Gonna be able to find that crystal sword.
And then John gets Sid back up, so that's gonna refresh the count.
Kind of like a safety, just in case the Zerk doesn't buffer the Q enough. You get that refresh on the numbers. Like a heads up play there, just to make sure that you don't wipe in this fight.
Yeah, Berserk is real good against Plague, because, you know, the more you jam up the Q, the less your counter can tick down, and if you have enough speed, then you never die.
Yeah, as long as you have, and if I remember correctly, one Zerked character that's RA1 and you hold A, you'll get through the fight. If you have two characters that are RA1 and Zerked, you can set your controller down and let the fight just finish. As the count will hit 0 but never actually tick down.
Yeah, one of my favorite strategies against Plague, which doesn't get used too often because it's usually not the most time efficient, but putting up a reflect to have Plague reflect the count onto him, and then making sure that its timer counts down before yours does, and it just dies.
All right, that's one of those strats you always like to see every once in a while. But John getting through it, and what is Antlion doing at the top of tower? He's supposed to be on the moon.
I mean, look, it's the Tower of Babel, so it's supposed to, like, reach the moon, right? I don't know. I don't know the lore.
I mean, I guess you could say he's on his way to the moon with that. So I mean, I'll let it slide there. Meanwhile, very nicely done. 36 minutes underground for John Birckhead. Where do we go from here? Straight for the freebies.
So, because of the flag set, summon bosses do not give key items. And the two mean spots that everybody hates at the bottom of the Fey March, those are summon bosses. So, you know, unless one happens to be like Wyvern, you can just completely ignore them.
Yeah, or the other one being a demist.
Yeah.
Oh, we found a twin heart here in the Fey March freebie.
So, possible music incoming.
I mean, it's not a bad thing to, check your freebie, set up Sheila 1, and have 1 HP when you enter into that particular music check. But opting to check the shops, Castro is just about to find out it's the plague fight here.
Birckhead bought another heroin robe?
No, Brickhead did not actually have the first one.
Oh, it
Castro.
was Castro that had it. Got it.
Yeah, Castro found it in the Evelyn Castle chests.
Okay, that's right. I got that mixed up.
So buying a heroin robe for the
Oh,
Rosa.
that was a sparkle.
Oh yeah, definitely have to check that when we have 2 sparkles left in the pool. That is 50-50.
Will it be possibly required wyvern? Will it be?
And also be in the higher HP spot as well. That's the kicker part too.
Yeah, here it is.
Hey.
It's opening with a lit 2.
Well, I'm good thing it's not in the Azure spot. That lit 2 would hurt.
Yeah.
But opting not to do it right now. But
Yeah,
at least
probably
has the knowledge.
just a little underleveled and also not guaranteed to be required.
Right.
It can't be holding a key item, so it can't lead to anything else you need. So you can fade that wyvern if everything else is faster and easier. Gotta pop. I think he's gotta pop that siren though. Crack an egg.
Nope, get that extra 34,000 experience. It has 3 sirens. Will he pop all 3?
Castro opting for the revive strats to keep re-upping the count on plague.
Yep, you gotta be able to keep your at least one party member down and bring them back up. Hopefully it's somebody that doesn't have a lot of HP that you're trying to take down. But at least once you get them knocked down once, they only come back with a small amount of health. So,
Yep, just 1 egg.
yep, just 1 egg to get some extra, I think, curatives on Rosa. Maybe she hit Cure 3, I didn't see.
Castro popped a Star Veil on Rosa, going for that strat I was just talking about.
Yep. The problem is you don't want to have Plague have the fast reflected onto himself, because that will not help his count go down.
Yeah. So you can either just keep Plague constantly using count until Rosa's Star Veil runs out, and
Which is not a bad strat at all. I mean, you're always
Yeah.
going to have it refreshed.
oh, there's a wall jumping around.
Oh, we have a jumpy wall. Decided to move locations. It's no longer gating the sealed cave. It's now, no, I want to make sure nobody has access to me.
Yeah. Another thing Castro could do is attack his own Rosa to knock her down so that Plague stopped counting, then life her back up, refreshes the count on your party, but not on himself.
don't think the count refreshes on Plague side, but you still have to slow him down for it to actually resolve, because he himself is too fast for it to resolve. But guess we're getting through Plague with all of his characters up, so they all get the wonderful experience here. You know, we get another character check here. Who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be a dupe, or are we gonna only have 4 characters in this? Ooh. Are we gonna get some leg?
Oh, we got an old man against elements, which at this point, with Cecil and getting a berserked crystal sword, probably will just be KO'd
Yeah,
on
it's
the
gonna go.
Mylon Thief form.
Gets to 6,000 damage, because Mylon Z in that fight is actually strong. Most of the crystal sword. So
Yeah,
no leg.
strong against it, but still, crystal sword does a lot of damage, and especially berserked.
Yep.
And so we didn't get a leg, but we do get a hand.
Yep. I mean, so here's a question for you, Dijon. What's your favorite hand? Mine's the ghost.
I like the red one because you can say that that you caught him red-handed. Oh, that's vanilla and also an easy objective completion.
Yep. Vanilla Luca key.
Uh, oh, not stocking up on carrots.
Nope. But more than likely going to be going to unlock that sealed cave. May go check the item there, because we still have to find a way to get to the moon, or via the darkness or the pass. And if we find adamant down here,
And yeah, I was gonna say, if adamant is on the moon somewhere, then darkness crystal is definitely required.
yeah, darkness crystal actually would be, if my calculations correct, would be go mode actually. Yeah, we don't have to complete the legend sword. So I think John Birckhead's really hoping for the darkness to be here. That sticks him in a full go mode, just has to take out the wyvern, then do the Bahamut spot. And already has his access to Z at that point.
Of course, darkness crystal.
A lot of spots it could be in.
Unless I'm counting wrong, darkness crystal either has to be here or behind music, or demist is somewhere. And then there's okay, so we also got keyless tower and key tower if you find the tower key. So there's still a lot of spots it can be.
Yeah, there's still a lot of key item chains that could lead to the darkness crystal itself. You've got Baron, Pan, you've got Earth Crystal, you've got Demist.
Don't know if I would stick around for that heroin robe, considering you just bought one and.
Nope, but opting to check the boss.
It could be a demist.
Yep.
It's not.
Just a gold as.
Nope, not doing that.
Yeah, nope, that boss can stay there. Wolbez can stay there. At least he's out of the pool now.
Castro's discovering Wyvern's location.
Yep. Opting to see what the initial witch burn it is. Finds out it's lit 2. Looking at his agility, thinking about it. has the crystal sword. Will he try it on? I mean, Cecil is very powerful on Castro's side with the power shirt. Well, he might be doing it. Single dip fan march.
Yeah,
Ooh.
he's gonna give it a try.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a try. Means what? 30,000, 35,000 HP in this spot he has to get through.
It looks like. Okay, so that's smart. John is leaving a save right outside tower, so if Sheila 1 isn't anything, you can just reload.
Yep, 35,000 HP. I have to be able to burn through on this wyvern. Cecil doing just over 3.5. Shouldn't take too long. Nukes, however, are gonna hurt a little bit.
Yeah. And, oof. That's that wyvern going fast enough to get 2 nukes off in a row before anyone else act. And that's more vanilla. And
Vanilla Pan.
also more of a fetch quest.
I think Psycho's trying to rival Zoe and Dathis here with their vanilla rolling. The answer question, chat. Beowulf, no, Dathis did not roll this. We think he did, with how much vanilla we've seen. That safety save not panning out for them as it was a vanilla pan there. I'm gonna go back in and you gotta chase it at this point.
And a common thing to forget or just not realize without case summon is that you won't get a key item from waking up Yang with the pan, because that is where you get the self summon normally.
Yep.
So
So both Feymarch bosses, this one here with Zeus Gauntlet, that's
Zeus Gauntlet is a very good thing to get there, though. That's for sure.
yeah, well, definitely worth the time.
Just a couple of characters that can use that.
Opted to do the safety save.
Oh, he's just going in this time.
I mean, saving before you do the top of tower. If it's a zonk up here, you reset, you're back down at the bottom. I mean, it's a pretty heads-up play in itself to do that. Because walking back down this tower, it's a long trek.
Castro getting his pan. Probably got to go right back.
Yep, following the footsteps. Looks like doing the safety save just before, and then using a cabin to get your life back up. Can't line up here. It's going to be a bit of a slog, but you know.
Yeah.
Counters are going to be hitting for about 200 to 300, but like I said,
Yeah.
we've got a Crystal Sword Cecil. Are we really afraid of anything?
That wyvern.
I'll get some extra levels. You know, get Cecil up to like 2k HP so he can at least survive a nuke. It's fine.
But
That's the biggest thing.
when your biggest attackers are physical attackers, and Ant Lion counters physical attacks, you're gonna get some counter attacks here, but shouldn't be anything that Birckhead can't handle.
Yeah, the regular attacks here is actually quite low. It's the counters that are going to be doing about the most damage. Cecil is just going ham. He's like, yay, I have a crystal sword. I get to go swingy swing. As we do see John just using jump with Kane and making sure that doesn't take any extra counters at all. Parrying with Sid, because you only get the actual counter when you use the fight command.
Oh, Castro got that second Sheila item, and it is an adamant rock.
So we don't have to take on that wyvern. We just need the darkness.
Yeah, just gotta find it somewhere.
I mean, here comes the question now. I mean, if you find pass, do you decide to take on that wyvern?
I'm sorry, I'm too busy laughing at the tower key.
Oh, it was I missed. It was Vanilla Tower Key.
Yes.
Oh, gee. Well, now you got to make the walk back down.
Oh.
And we can see the Cacol shop. Actually, a fairly
Demon.
decent Cacol shop. And Artemis.
It's Team Mist, so it's another. Flan.
Oh, the Flan sword. It does just about as much as an Excalibur. Does extra damage to the Flan type, so like pink puffs.
Pink Puff Grind?
Yeah, there we go, pink puff grind. But yeah, that Cacol shop, very, very nice. You know, Artemis bow, power shirts, protect rings, and crystal rings. Like everything you want in that shop.
Yeah, unless you're planning to fight Flans, hell, heck, even if you are planning to fight Flans, you don't really need that Flan sword if you have a crystal sword.
Right, you just like crystal sword, yeah. Let's see what the tower key gives us. And then we get to check D-Mist.
Yeah. And then he's gotta go find the, gotta go get the adamant from Sheila.
Yep. That's
Earth
Earth
crystal.
Crystal.
That's another possible
Another
chain.
Is Moon gonna be like completely haunted here with nothing on it? Like the only thing it has right now is the Bahamut spot.
Yeah.
Maybe the pass.
Which, I mean, yeah.
And watch like twin.
And there's your darkness crystal.
Yep.
So, if you're John at this point, this far into the seed, with the party you've got, questions. 1, do you D-money? Because you got that old man from Dwarf Castle. 2, do you go to Cave Bahamut, or do you level up and do Wyvern. Also, he's do you fade Sheila too, which is a mistake.
And since we know it's adamant, in what I would suggest, I would definitely hit Sheila 2, then go up to the moon, check the character, maybe find an edge. If I don't necessarily do D Machine. I've got 2 extra sirens, at least in John's situation, got 2 extra sirens. I can take on warlocks, I can take on double gold dragons, and get the last bit of experience that I possibly need for my team. And if I need a little bit extra, I'll just take on behemoths.
Mhm. And Birckhead is at 10 key items.
You know, so I don't necessarily think that D money's on the table at this particular situation. So, definitely probably gonna check the character first, see who's there. Maybe find an edge, maybe find a character to replace Tella. If
Going
not,
to the shop,
still has
which
weak.
shop is an interesting choice at this point in the season.
To answer a question in chat, Wyvern is at the Leviathan spot. And opening move is Lit 2.
So not a terrible opening move, but not a great spot that you want to fight it at either.
No.
He's going to Cave Bahamut before checking the character.
I mean, with Tella, you have a second Zerkcaster. So, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with it. I mean, with these particular flag sets, I know a lot of people love having 2 white mages or 2 Zerkcasters to be able to get your team Zerked up.
And he's doing the Bahamut, or Behemoth.
The behemoths. Yep. Zerk up Cecil and just let him go to town. 10 key items, this gets you about 112,000 per kill, I think.
Yeah, definitely over 100,000.
So, and it's always a guaranteed location to find. There are 3 trap tiles here in K value.
Possum saying 117k in chat.
I at least know it's over 100k.
Yeah, we'll find out an exact number eventually.
Yep. I mean, Crystal Sword Cecil is just going to work.
Uh, 117,000.
Yeah. That's a great influx of experience.
Yeah, it was like
might end up taking 1 more.
It's like 117,400, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was 17.4.
Meanwhile, Castro going the extra mile to dive. Not gonna like what he finds.
Ooh. Taking out the second one here, as we've seen the cave value spot. It's Bigen.
Bigen at Cave Bahamut or Wyvern at Leviathan?
Choices.
Of course, John not knowing where the adamant is. But we do, so we know that you don't have to do both of these bosses.
But with John not doing Sheila 2, I mean, Bigen, it's gonna hurt, and you really can't get rid of the arms easily with a Quake caster.
Yeah.
But I mean, Crystal Sword is gonna do quite a bit of damage to him.
Tell has not been getting any levels.
No, Tella just got slungshot there.
Well, and Berserk Crystal Sword Cecil is nice, but he, he he's only got a 1/3 chance of going for the big guy.
Yeah.
Oh, for either forgot to turn off encounters or was just banking on not getting another one before the behemoth.
Or not remembering exactly where the third trap tile is. I've done it myself.
Little surprised he ran from the Gingryu instead of fighting it, but
I don't think the Gingryu has as much experience as the Gold Dragon.
it doesn't. But it's still a decent chunk, and he was already there. But
Yeah, but then you have to worry about the
It's-
Blitzken, the Entangle counters, like.
I mean, this is also why I'm not in the tournament. And Tella once again not getting experience.
Look. Tell us an old man. He's tired. He's just taking a nap.
Okay. I was about to say, I'd be a little worried about him going straight into the fight against Baigen after having
Yeah.
just done all that grinding.
Oh, it looks like he's actually gonna be popping a Siren or two here.
Yeah, the double King Ryu, one of the best places to use that Siren.
Yeah, 120,000 experience.
Yeah, especially with that 10 key items.
Yep.
Tella.
Put Tell in the center slot to use weak, and the King Ryus just go, nope.
Does
Hit him with two
John
blitzes.
John remembers hero agility here?
Well, I think he more or less stuck Tella in the middle just for the accuracy bonus, because Tella's wisdom stat and weak just are not.
Right, it's just funny because like Tella dying and never getting experience is the kind of thing that you see when you don't have Sea Hero agility anchoring on.
But these King Ryus just have it out for Tella as they have entangled him. He's now paralyzed.
Now they're going for Rosa.
They're we got the entangle on.
That's not what you want to see.
No, but will he be able to get the heal off or heal cast? Oh. Oh, it does have some heals, so gonna hope. Kane's up.
Okay,
I think
Cecil's been healed, so...
Yep. Cecil's been healed. I think Kane has some Dragoon armor on, so we've taken a little bit of damage from physical from these King Ryus, so...
Yeah, Rosa's just not going to get the XP this fight. He was not gonna get all 5 of them experience.
Oh, exiting out, gonna save all this experience. Like, when you've had that bad of a situation happen on to you, you're like, nope, I'm gonna make sure I save everything I just have. I don't want to have to redo it.
And meanwhile, Castro is doing the tower play.
Yep.
Which we know is going to lead to the Darkness Crystal.
Yep. And then it's a race. Like, you find the Darkness Crystal, you're in go mode. For Castro, having done the Legend Sword, it's his choice whether or not he wants to do Wyvern or Cave Value.
Yeah.
But we have John Birckhead going after the Baigen here. These arms are going to be punchy, punchy, punchy.
Yep.
As Rosa gets one shot.
Yeah. Yeah, Baigen is not one of the bosses you really want to fight in these moon spots, because
Yeah. To answer our tracker here in chat, me personally, I would take on the Wyvern. I would not mess with this Baigan at all. Because those arms are just going to... I mean, as you've seen, Rosa took a hit for over almost 2k. Unless you can get your blinks off. If I had a Quake caster, maybe.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Castro goes to check and see who's in Cave Bahamut, because it could be something easy. Like, I don't think we've seen either of the guard bosses.
No, we haven't. We haven't seen Kaipo or Baron guards yet.
So for all he knows, it could be one of those, or it could be, you know, who knows. So it would not be surprising to see him check, or at least maybe do some kind of grind on the moon or something. But
yep, looks like John Birckhead's Cecil is zerked up. Meanwhile, Sid's just popping Cure 2s to keep everybody alive. Or taking some hits out here and there.
Well, and it's just down to autoplay until someone dies.
Yep, this fight ends one way or another.
And Cecil keeps going for the arms.
Which, I mean, is not a bad thing. Like, it reduces the amount of damage he takes.
You know what Cecil's favorite Hemingway novel is? A Farewell to Arms.
Ooh.
Oh. That's gonna be some time.
Oof. Turning on the battle speed, definitely want to get that Rosa in the back row. I think she still has the Sorcerer robe on. Like, I would actually opt to put the Heroine robe on. I think John bought one just for the extra physical defense.
Yeah, he did buy one in the Fey March. Did not keep the free one from Lukaki.
Castro's going around checking different shops. Checking all the different item shops. Maybe looking for ethers for a grind, possibly.
Well, we do know that ethers are in the Hummingway shop.
Yeah, checking Troy here because there's 2 item shops here. Finds ether 2s and lifes. And buys 30 life potions. Unfortunately, in this particular flag set, there is no life glitch, so...
Nope.
It looks like it was just buying life potions. Now we have Castro going to Baron here. Possibly going to be doing the Baron manip. Will John Birckhead get through Baigan this time? Looks to be having a better time in this fight. Turn the battle speed. Stuck Rose in the back row, so... Definitely change some things up. Getting some blinks off. I mean, the one nice thing is that that Cecil's able to take out the arms in one hit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least you have that going for you.
And even though he recovers them, getting rid of the arms is a slight reprieve from getting vampired.
Yeah, vampired, entangle. or getting punched. And John Brickhead's through the fight. And again, Tella gets no experience.
Defense sword, that's got a Kane.
Good upgrade for Kane. Yeah, good upgrade for Kane. I think Kane's right now rocking a Blizzard Spear.
That's the last thing I remember seeing on the Kane.
Yeah.
So now, does Birckhead continue to fade Sheila?
That is the big question. Did getting the Darkness Crystal have him forget about the pan turn in? I think we're all guilty of that.
John did not check the character. No.
No, John has not checked the character. Neither did Castro.
I don't think Castro went to the moon itself anyway. I think he's just...
Nope. Castro immediately went in, set up a D-Machine grind, and is looking for the fight right now. Looks to be a Mac Giant grind?
Yep, John fading Sheila.
Yep.
Gonna take the harder way into go.
But I mean, you never know. You could get an Avenger from this location.
Yeah.
I think that'd be about the best thing that you could find in this would be an Avenger from this fight.
It would just probably be a lot faster to get that forge objective than to take on Wyvern.
Oh, definitely. But you know, you in the mindset of a runner, you go and you look at yourself. Hey, I know where actual go mode is. That's where I'm going. I don't want to sidetrack myself from that. I have my path. I'm going to take it.
For sure.
So.
I just also, I come at it as with a mindset of always check your freebies. Also, it looks like this also looks like Kane was using an ogre axe, not the Blizzard Spear.
Oof. Definitely, still getting the defense sword, still a massive upgrade for that Kane.
Oh yeah.
We've already got a Zerked up Cecil. Looks like Tell's gonna Zerk up Kane here.
All the other fellas with the Zerked up Cecil, better run, better run.
And I think John was trying to get the slow off onto Wyvern, but Wyvern got the wall up too soon.
Yeah.
So it hit Kane instead.
Cecil has a crystal sword.
Yep. Both runners have found a crystal sword. It was in the Mad Ogre chest in Upper Babel. They've had it quite a while, actually, because it was a hook route. And we've got Kella again, down and out. Cecil taking a nuke like a champ. 1600 damage. Shrugging it off.
Wyvern. And that is a crystal for John.
We now have the long path ahead of us. And what does Wyvern give us? A Dragon Whip.
That would have been...
Don't even have Iridia to use it.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a great weapon to kill me with.
Yeah.
or did he turn himself into the Dragon Whip as your reward?
I don't know. But this isn't the one with the time. This isn't the Final Fantasy with the time loop, so you can't go back around and use it on.
No, you can't. Wonder what John Birckhead's looking for here in shops. 30 agility on Cecil? Not a bad agility.
Well, yeah, you can drop that down to a 15 with the cursed ring.
Yeah, drop it down to 15 with the curse ring. Have a drain sword, drop it down to 10.
I mean, you're not going to put the drain sword on Cecil.
Well, you could put the drain sword on Cecil, then in the Z fight, actually switch it over to Crystal Sword.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Because once you set up your agility in the fight, it's set. And therefore you can change your gear afterward. So you could have, for example, a Kane with the Drain Spear on to start the fight, if he's your hero, and then switch him over to like an Abel's Lance or a Dragoon Spear, something that has more accuracy and better damage, and you can actually participate in the fight.
Castro's Tella missed a week on the Searcher.
Off-slot Tella doing off-slot Tella things.
Oh, hey, we'll get to see the character after all because there was no pass.
Yep. So who did we fade on the moon? Just another Kane.
Yeah, it was a dupe.
A Moon Dragoon. I wonder, did he jump high enough to actually land on the moon?
Could a Kane jump so high that he could reach the moon?
I mean, I've always wondered, whenever he jumps in the air and then you go out of combat, like, did he just make a trip to the moon, or...
Hey guys, I went to the moon.
Ran up there, it's nice and quiet. Well, I mean, Kane takes so long to come down sometimes. Yeah. Right, you know, when you're on the moon, did he jump back to Earth? All these questions just go through my head sometimes.
Questions, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, big old questions.
Yeah. You know, like... Just...
Oh, we've still got a few more floors left.
Yeah, just pondering things on the moon.
Yep. Pat bypasses the Pink Puff room.
Yeah.
It was a fun room.
Doesn't
Use a siren in there, you summon up 5 Pink Puffs.
Doesn't want an adamant armor, I guess. Of course, doesn't have that flan sword anymore.
No. But I think Crystal Sword is a good substitute for it.
Yeah. I feel like there's something important about...
Yeah, I feel the same way.
There's...
I don't know, this is starting to look kind of familiar.
There's this one guy, and like, you know, am I glad he's frozen in there, and that we're out here, and that he's the sheriff, and that we're frozen out here, and that we're in there, and I just remembered we're out here, but what I want to know is, whose butt are we gonna kick tonight?
Yep, where we may in this randomizer randomizes the key items, the characters, all the shops, and all the wonderful things. One thing we don't is the final boss, Zemus. Because wouldn't that be interesting, finding Zemus at like Mist Cave?
Yeah, right.
Or in a trap chest? It's not the Flame Dog, it's Zemus. Wait, what?
The flag that replaces every boss with Zemus.
That would be interesting. But yep. Whose butt? And is it cute? Those are the questions we ask ourselves.
Where's the caveman? But as the crystal gets thrown out, we shall find out soon enough. And also, Castro now getting his crystal, having taken out the bygone, letting it be bygone. And he's already on the moon.
Yep. Gets the defense word for his cane.
Ah!
Well. This is the newsiest sprite to me, at least.
This is the second time that I have had Disney's Hercules come up today.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing this is Hydra from Kingdom Hearts.
Well, I mean, it is in Kingdom Hearts 2, but it's also from the Disney's Hercules movie, yeah.
You got the Silgrim thrown out for the counter nuke. Did's gonna take it like a champ here. Oh, from the movie game? Okay.
Okay, yeah. Wait.
As confirmed by our Sprite Master Scala.
Is that the PlayStation 1 movie game? I rented that once when I was a kid.
I never really rented many games.
When I was a kid, I went to see Hercules on like opening day, and we got to the part where they're in like Phil's house, and then the projector just like froze on one frame, and the sound went out, and the film melted. And they didn't have another reel, because this was back when they used actual film and not digital. And we got tickets to come back, and then I came back later and saw Men in Black.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a Zerk Cecil, a Zerk Sid. Just going to town. Cecil with the Crystal Sword is just going crunch, crunch. We all love hearing that. We can handle the Excal, but the Crystal Sword has just that finite crunch sound. Ooh. Rosa taking a 2100 to unnerved Big Bang.
That's quite a lot of Big Bang.
Yeah. Now we gotta hope for either skipping rocks or get a black hole so we can get a life potion onto Rosa.
Yeah, we're just kind of sitting here on autoplay until.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. That's actually that's gonna make this even closer, because not sure where John's going, but Castro is headed towards the butt.
I wonder if Birckhead's going to do one more gold dragon to get some extra levels on Rosa.
Ooh.
That would be my guess. Rosa's right now at that finite point. I mean, if you had a crystal ring and tiara on her, 1900's pretty safe, but without that extra damage reduction gear on her, 2200's more safe.
Yeah, that wipe was pretty costly for John, and Castro is now in a pretty good position.
Oh, Castro entering the fight right now. We'll find out. It's Hydramus. Hopefully he's not too scared.
volume 95% mus.
I think that's a VLC miss.
Ah.
Rose now has 2100 HP. Yeah, with the gear that Rosa has on, even with the Sork robe, I think the Hero robe actually has more magic resistance. Look on that Gold Dragon fight, going back in. And it's gonna be a close one.
If I had a nickel for every time Disney's Hercules came up today, I would have 10 cents, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Really? It happened before for you?
Earlier today, yeah.
Hmm.
I was watching someone who was talking about Aphrodite or something, who was in the animated series based off the movie, which was like a prequel to the movie.
Yeah, I always like seeing new Z sprites to me. I've been playing this game for about a year now, and always love it when I see a new sprite to me.
Yeah. Like, there's so many sprites I have not seen, and then a lot of times I see the same ones. A lot.
At that point, you have your classic Z sprites. You know, the ones that tend to reoccur is your classic Z sprites.
If I could go my entire life without seeing Mike Tyson as a Z sprite again.
Another big bang coming up for Castro here. Don't think this one's nerfed. Rose only taking 1200 for that one. Stays alive.
Yeah. Not nerfed, but some low rolls on there.
Yeah, I think having the extra levels there may have a crystal ring on her as well.
And then Tella was just doomed no matter what.
Yeah, you survive the first one to help out with the Zerking, and then goes, nope, it's time for me to take a nap.
Also, while we're watching this battle, everybody remember to stay hydrated.
I see what you did there. I think that one was a bit of a stretch there. Ooh, another big bang coming out. But a nice low roll for Rosa. Still surviving. And another Cure 4. We've not seen rocks yet. Will we skip rocks? Oh, we got a black hole.
Yeah. Will
Hey,
this
this
get
is
close?
still this is still anybody's race.
Will this get close enough to end within 3 seconds of each other?
I think you're tempting the newspapers to be thrown at you. I mean, I'll say it. I always like to see the tie. I'll flat out say it.
Listen, Scala, I'd like to see you try to reach me with that newspaper in Texas.
Oh, we've got rocks.
Yep. Which, I think is how the Hydra was defeated in the movie.
Using its own weakness as a weapon?
Sorry for the spoiler if you haven't seen the movie from 1995.
There's the snap crackle, and boom, as the Hydra miss on Castro's is fading away. Castro has won. It looks to
GG.
be an official time of according to RaceBot, 132.57. GG's to Castro. We'll see if we can get him in here for an interview. Meanwhile, John Birckhead just still going to town. Oh, and I think I just heard Castro has joined us. GG's, Castro.
GG.
Oh, thank you very much.
So, tell us a little bit about you saw the Wyvern down at Feymarch, and you gave it a good and honest effort with that crystal sword. How did you feel after that?
Well, going into it, I honestly, the first thing that popped to my head was, what would Dusty do? And I thought, well, he would attack this thing. Let's just be clear, I am nothing, or I have, no skill compared to him, so that didn't work out very well for me, and I thought about going back, what was it, a third time on Battle Speed 6, but I just decided, you know what, I know where he is. I can just do a little bit of grinding and come back if need be. Somehow, that is not how it worked out, which I guess it's fine, but, Wyvern could be in better places, but I guess it all worked out that it wasn't required for me, at least.
Yeah, so we saw you got the Adamant Rock, and at that point you had Darkness, and you saw Bigan at Bahamut. What was going through your mind when you like, either it's Wyvern or Bigan?
I thought, all right, I wish I would have done Wyvern. And then the second part was Bigan better have something nice here because this is going to suck. And, it turned out the defense sword is pretty good. So I probably lost a little bit of time on that because I don't think John did that. Or no, it does look like he did. Well, anyways, so, what was it? 6 one way, half a dozen the other. So I just decided let's go after it, and hopefully I can do it. Crystal Sword Cecil will get you out of any sort of bind.
Yeah, John did not end up getting the Adamant Rock. We wonder if finding the Darkness Crystal at Demist maybe had forgotten about it and just went, I know my path to go mode, and just went, we're going to ask him that for sure when eventually, if he does come in here.
Yeah, so
that early game was actually quite nice, in all things considered.
Yeah, it was. I guess really the getting started, trying to get the restream race jitters out of the body, and then getting down to knowing that it's a hook route, because I full cleared the overworld before going down the hook, and I kind of felt like I could have maybe have gotten away with just going straight down, and then Plague being there. I hate Plague so much. I don't care if he's in the easiest boss spot ever. I groan every time I see him. So I don't feel like I did that fight the best. I kind of slow cheesed it, but I felt safe, so I just had to wait it out.
Yutan, did you have any questions for Castro here?
I think you pretty much covered everything that I had to say.
So you've gone 2-0 here. You feeling pretty good going forward?
Well, I feel okay. I mean, honestly, the next round I know is is against PK, and I think most everybody would be like, ooh, I kind of wish it was against somebody else. But the 2 races I had with John, he did incredibly well. And both of our races, I think, were decided in under or just around 4 minutes. And so, either one of us could have taken it here, especially this one, I think, if I understood what he was telling me in the race chat earlier. So, I get 1 week to get ready, and then dread happens, the following week. But I'll try to give PK some hell, and we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, definitely goes back. I mean, just know that he loves the Fade Baron and loves the Fade Antlion. So keep those in mind.
Yeah. Thanks.
That was a great race by you. I mean, it was tooth and nail there for a little bit, going back and forth, crisscrossing over each other's footsteps. Like, John would enter a battle, you would just leave it. You would enter the battle just as he's ending one. Like, it was back and forth.
Okay, hopefully we wanted to give a good, nice, competitive race, kind of similar to our first one, and it sounds like that's exactly what we did. So again, I'm really happy. I'm happy with my race. I'm also happy that John was able to perform so well, because I think this is his first Zemus Zone tourney race. I think he just started this tournament, and I was telling him that he's gotten so much better. You can tell he's gotten so much better since the very first qualifying race that he entered. So uh, it's encouraging to see new people come in and kind of make waves, and I think John did a great job with that. So GG's to him on his race, and hopefully he continues to race with us.
Any final thoughts on the seat?
Not really. Cecil is not my favorite hero, but Crystal Sword Cecil, I won't scoff at that. So just thank everybody. Thanks Free Enterprise for this entire tourney, and the community in general. Y'all are all great. And thank the Restream team. None of this would happen without y'all, and I really appreciate everything that y'all do.
GG's to you again, Castro. And again, don't worry about PK. All giants can be felled.
Even the God Slayer. Thanks.
Yep. Have a good one. Meanwhile, we do have Brick has finished with an official race time of 1:36.55. GG's, and I do hear him come and join in here. So GG's.
GG's.
So talk us through that hookup. You find the crystal sword. What was going through your mind when you found that crystal sword? You already had a Cecil online.
Yippee. I mean, if you because with the sparkle there, I wasn't quite sure how I was going to handle that. So I just the reason I didn't even take that chest for the loot. I took the chest to get Rosa up to Zerk, because there's I don't 100% understand it, but I think there's a RA1 glitch where if you Zerk a character with plague, like, they won't die if there's enough Zerks. I've seen it in other streams. And so I was just hoping to, be able to cast it a couple times, and if it ended up being Plague, which it did, pray, but then you see the Crystal Sword's like, oh boy, here we go. With no edge, and then at the time no Tella, and you're trying to figure out your grind, it makes you like, well, maybe I'm not going to have to grind all that much. So I was very excited, and I was hopeful that maybe Castro wouldn't find it, but he's too good for that. I should have known better.
So we did explain that, and it's 2 RA1 Zerkers.
Okay.
We'll get you the free plague fight there. So your agility anchor being Cecil, you'd want him to be low enough to make Sid and Kane RA1.
Right. Yeah, I dropped I made a decision to use a Bacchus on Kane. I think that's what got me through that fight.
Yep, and it be handled beautifully for you. It looked beautiful. And then we get underground and we see Wyvern at the Leviathan spot.
Yeah, I stuck around for the Witchburn, hoping it would be retreat again. Not nearly lucky enough for that. And rather than try to go into that spot, which is very, very fast, even with the Crystal Sword, I just decided to go ahead and nope on out of there, making a decision that I would go there at the end of my grind. I didn't want to waste time, going through a couple wipes. Crystal Sword Cecil's great, but and Sid is great early game, especially with these flags. But as you get later on, and Kane, didn't have his defense sword or an Avenger. I just pieced out. I was like, well, all right, this is where it is, and if I get Darkness Crystal, then I'm in go mode, and then with the Crystal Sword, I had already decided to go ahead and do my behemoths. If I'd got 10 key items, which I did, and I had a couple of sirens, which I wish I had used all at once, because that probably would have saved me with Rose's HP. So I made, even though it was going to be bad routing, I made a decision to go ahead and do the crisscross. So do Bahamut and then go back down to take out Wyvern safely and be able to get it done in one shot, and then go to the move to the Z fight.
Yeah, so speaking of that, you did, both Wyvern and Baigen. When you're coming out of the underground, you had Demus, and you had the pan check, which you went and you bonked him, you went up tower. Did finding the darkness at Demus kind of sidetrack you from turning in the pan, or did you just not want to turn it in?
Yep, 100%. I had done a scum save outside a tower so that if Sheila 1 was trash, I could just go back and then just go up the tower. Um, and I had a gut feeling that Keyless Tower was the way to go, and I kind of felt like I was making a mistake. So when I bonked the pan, I was like, John, just go up the tower, and then I got Tower Key, then it was Demist, and then I got Darkness Crystal, and I saw Go Mode, and it didn't even occur to me that maybe the Adamant Rock is at Sheila 2, which of course I should have taken a little bit of time, but you know, I get nervous with the races. I definitely get nervous on restream, and got to go fast, right? Got to go, and sometimes you just got to make these decisions. And obviously, if you're weighing your risks, it doesn't take that long to go over there. But it was just out of sight, out of mind, and I just wanted to keep going. So I unfortunately I ghosted it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and of course, with the number of key item checks that were still like in the game, there was it was a slim chance that it was that, but it just happened to be.
Yeah, Rando's gonna
Exactly.
rando,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and like you played a heck of a race there. I want to say you're new to the community, right?
Yeah, I mean, this was my first the vanilla game as I'm 37 years old. The vanilla game as a kid was like my introduction to Final Fantasy. I had Final Fantasy 1, but I was too young, and 4 it's what made me fall in love with the series. Um, and my daughter has gotten into gaming. She loves Minecraft, and that kind of turned me on to Twitch. And then I see these randomizers, and I've been looking at it from the outside looking in for a while, just kind of lurking in the back. And I built her a gaming computer so she could have her Minecraft, which I have hijacked and used for myself. So I've been doing these seeds for about 3 or 4 months now. I'm a teacher, so my summer job ended in July, and all of a sudden I had some free time. Now that I'm getting back with the kids, it's a lot harder to find the time. But I had some downtime. I love this game, and it's rare to find a really positive area of the internet. And this community is just so incredibly kind, and how can you not love that? So a game that I love, that's really fun, and just wonderful people. And now that I have the equipment to go ahead and play, it's been a blast.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure. I mean, coming in first tournament, hitting the brackets, that to me is amazing in itself. You played a heck of a races in the 3-4 months you've been playing the randomizer. You got yourself. I hope to see you in future community races or some of the clubs that may start up, or the off-season tournament. Like, don't be hard on yourself for being knocked out first round. It happens. Like you played a wonderful race.
That's very kind of you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Deshaun, you got anything?
I think that's about it.
Brady Brick, any other final thoughts on the seed?
No, just GG's to Castro, and best of luck on the next round. And the amount of work that goes behind the scenes, and I see just very little bit of it. Just thank you for doing commentary and for restreaming and organizing and just all the things that you do, and you do it with such kindness. So I appreciate you all very, very much.
No problem. you once again, and have a great, wonderful rest of your day or morning or night, whichever it may be for you.
All right, you guys take care.
Yep. All right, Dijon, you want to send it off here?
Yeah, so I believe the plan is we're going to send everybody over to Possum Morpheus. I think he's been around here once or twice, you know. And of course, usual rules apply. Do not spoil this race because some people want to watch it and don't want to know what happened.
Yeah, so no spoilers. We have, a good old pile of newspapers ready to roll up to bonk anybody. One newspaper per person, maybe two. Who knows?
Scala knows where you live.